and welcome back to The Rookie in Depth. So there's a lot to unpack this episode of The Rookie in Depth in. I mean, so much happened last night, it's not even funny. But we're not going to discuss the promo, because I don't even want to talk about that right now. We're going to stick to schedule. We're not going to go off schedule. We're going to talk about the episode. So if you don't know what the schedule is, it's every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I'll post an episode. On Monday, we'll talk about what we think the episode on Tuesday is going to be about. On Wednesday, we'll talk about what happened on Tuesday or the night before. And on Friday, we'll talk about the promo for the next episode and what I personally think is going to happen in the episode on Tuesday. And then on Monday, we'll go over what you guys think is going to happen on Tuesday. So much happened last night in the episode, honestly. We first see Lucy not liking the fact that she doesn't have her pay raise, which it makes sense. You get a 5% pay bump whenever you are a training officer, and since she is not a training officer anymore, she doesn't get her pay bump, so she's just a little upset that, she has to go back to living how she used to. And Tim's like, well, why don't you just become a full-blown training officer? And she's like, because of the off chance that I might have to train another rookie. And he's like, that's why it's called a training officer. So they're just talking about this, and she's like, I really want to focus on the sergeant's exam. And so they ride together that day. And Nolan and Selena go undercover, so that way they can, on this heavily crime bus. It's a very heavily crime, I don't even know the best way to say that. It's a very criminal area, I guess you could say, that specific bus. And so they were sitting on there just kind of watching things happen, and they would tell Lucy and Tim, and they would catch up to them after they got off the bus, arrest them, and, just make easy arrests all day. It went south, and a domestic terrorist, I guess you could say, kind of stepped on board waiting for his $100 million ransom with a bomb strapped to him, and that became a whole thing. But during that, Tim and Lucy were riding together all day, and Penn was with Gray, so they were riding together, and that was a fun dynamic to see. We always like to see Nolan and Gray chill together, but it's fun to see a rookie and Gray. Like, even when Selena and Gray rode together, it was a fun dynamic to see. So I think he really likes Penn. I don't think there's anything about him that he doesn't like. And, when he rode with Nolan the first couple times, he really just didn't like Nolan honestly, the first season. But I think he's past that now. I mean, he's a really good TO. And that's really all we have to say about Nolan and Gray. But Nolan has definitely earned some of Gray's respect, for sure. So Tim and Lucy are riding together all day, all shift. And, that's a long time. That's, 16 hours, I think? No, they ride from about 8 to 8, so 12 hours. And, it's eventful, to say the least. He's like, well, you know what? Like I said, I will insert the clip of me saying I think he's going to use this like he did with the detective's exam. But pretend like you're the detective all day. You figure it out. So I'm going to insert that clip here. Is that she's, quote unquote, he's like, all right, he's going to use this day as a way to get closer to her in training her, kind of. So, like with the detective's exam, he was like, pretend like you're the detective. What's going to happen, earlier in seasons. Exactly. So I was literally right, essentially. There were a few things that I was wrong about, or just, didn't say because I knew they weren't going to happen. But, that happened where he was like, pretend you're the Sergeant Chen. And he literally said that. I will put the clip where he said Sergeant Chen right here.
Okay, Sergeant Chen, where do you want to put us?
In the front.
He literally said Sergeant Chen and not Chen, not Chin. Chen. And I didn't even catch on to it because I had everyone watching it with me, and it's a lot of us. So we were sitting around on the couch, and everyone was talking, and I was like, I can't hear. Like, please, calm down. Let me watch. I was like, if you don't let me watch, I will go in my room and watch it by myself. So, a little threat never hurt anyone. So they ended up, we all enjoyed the episode a lot. But I think the main thing for me was Tim and Lucy's conversation. They genuinely talked. Maybe they didn't sit down at dinner and talk, or sit down at a bar and talk, but they talked about it. And it was kind of sad to watch. It was really sad to watch. I was like, I really felt bad for Tim the whole time, but to be honest, he put himself in that position. He put himself in that position where when he broke up with her, that he knew he was eventually going to have to talk about it. He talked about it at the end of season 6, kind of, remotely, and they kind of talked about it today, but we're making progress. I'll put the clip of their conversation will be playing over this, but I'll also play it real quick.
Look, okay. I'm not seeing anyone right now or looking to see anyone.
Me neither.
Okay. But, boundaries.
Yeah, super important.
Yeah, agreed. Because, I still haven't totally forgiven you yet.
I know.
But when I do, maybe you can come and help me study.
Looking forward to it.
Yeah, so that was the conversation. It was a little sad to watch, just because it's sad to watch. That's all I have to say. Like, it's genuinely saddening. But, you know, it's fine. Like, his eyes were kind of watery because he knew he screwed up. But he's working on it, so hopefully we'll see more of him working on it. Every time I think of them talking, I can only picture the first part of the promo, which I'm still not 100% on. We'll watch it on Friday, and we'll talk about it. But, yeah, I really like this episode. I mean, Bailey really popped off this episode, and Lucy saying that she felt undermined by Bailey was kind of funny.
Every time I think I'm a badass, Bailey suddenly shows up and says, "Hold my beer."
Didn't you jump from a moving car to help me a few months ago?
Yeah, but there wasn't a bomb on board.
You're right. Totally lame.
Because that's not true whatsoever. Lucy will forever be number one. I don't know. They're all pretty good. Every episode, they kind of add a little more to their ranking, but in my opinion, Lucy is one of the best characters on the show. One of the best female characters? Definitely, obviously. She's like number one. It goes her, Lopez, Harper, Bailey. And it's so hard to rank them because if they could all be number one, they would. There are times where one is better than the other, like when Harper was going through that whole thing with James at the hospital. I felt like she really showed some huge character breakthrough, you know what I mean? So I felt like she was number one in that episode. Yeah, Lucy did talk to Tim a little bit, but it wasn't anything major, right? And so I think every episode adds a little more points to their board, and it's really hard to choose a favorite female character. But if I did, it'd probably be Lucy, just knowing for the past 7 years, she's been Lucy. So yeah, it was an eventful episode. I mean, everything was going on the bus. John safely got off the bus. Selena safely got off the bus. Them hugging at the end was really cute too. Like, she really cares about John, and he really cares about her. And so that was cute. Oh, Monica coming back. That I saw. Okay, so I kind of got it spoiled for me before the episode even started, and that's because I usually watch it. If you know me, you know how important it is for me to start it at 9. Even on the channel, you could literally go in the comments and be like, yeah, she likes to start it right at 9 o'clock. That's true. I like to start it right at 9, finish right at 10. My whole hour of streaming, I'm watching every second of that episode. I don't have to go back on recording it and watch it again, but this time, because we were 2 minutes away from my house at 9 o'clock, I was like, you know what? I have self-control. I will not watch it for the first 2 minutes. And I did. I turned it on at first, and they were like, just wait till we get to the house, you can watch it on TV. And I was like, fine. So I stopped it. And when I opened my phone, it was still playing, and it had Monica on the front cover. And I was like, oh my gosh, Monica's back. And I never expected that the pregnant lady would be the one working for Monica until after she did the whole FBI thing. If she was just a random pregnant lady, then I thought Monica was going to be in charge of the machine gun turret thing. And she was, technically, because the pregnant lady was working for her. But I'm excited to see how that unfolds. And I was reading this interview that Richard T. Jones, the actor who plays Wade Gray, he was talking about the episode, and the interviewer asked him, he was like, are we going to see more of Monica? Like, is she going to slowly be added into every episode? And he was like, yeah, you'll slowly get pieces and pieces to add up to the finale when we'll see who's truly behind it. And I'm like, what do you mean truly behind it? Is it Oscar? Is it Seth? What the heck? Oh, I just came up with another theory. Monica planted Seth in the police department, possibly to do something dangerous, but he got called out before, That's another Delulu theory. See, my Delulu side, she will take over, she will start going crazy. I literally don't know how I fell asleep last night after watching that promo. I probably talked for an hour just out loud to nobody. I looked at the ceiling while I was laying in my bed and just talked out loud because I was like, I have to get this all off my chest. And adrenaline was still pumping through my veins because whenever I saw her at his front door on live TV, I jumped and I squealed as hard as I could have, as loud as I could have. And my dad was like, what's going on? Like, why are you screaming? And I was like, you don't get it. You don't understand. And my sister was like, it's because they did whatever. And so we waited until 10:05 p.m. when it got posted on YouTube. We waited and we watched it over and over and over and over again because I was like, yeah, I'm going to keep watching this over again. And you guys saw I had to rant about it last night. It's not really a spoiler to show you the next promo because you're going to see it anyway, even if you don't see this episode. So I don't like to spoil too much about the episode before it comes out on like every platform, because if it's out on every platform, you have the opportunity to watch it before I tell you. Alright guys, well that ends today's episode. I did put out a post asking for your theories on what's going to happen in the April Fool's episode, what you think is truly going on with that, and I will keep the post up till Monday. On Monday, that's when all the answers will be final. And then that's when I'll talk about what you guys think is going to happen on next Tuesday. Well, it was great getting to, talk because it's just all been weighing heavy on me overnight, and I really thought I was going to have to wait forever to talk to you guys because I had a lot to do, and it's been pretty busy. But I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, a great tomorrow, and I will talk to you guys again on Friday. And then after Friday, I hope you guys have a great weekend, and you do get to answer my post because I really want to genuinely know what you guys think is going to happen in the Purge / Tenford reunification / crazy episode thing. Yeah, I really want to know what you guys genuinely think is going to happen. And if I don't get a lot of answers on my end, I will go to other people's channels and see what they've been talking about, see what they have said, and I will just, I would just read what they said and then tag them so they know. All right, guys, it's been great talking. This is like the third time I've said this, and I will see you guys on Friday. Oh my gosh, I need to stop doing this. I am working on an edit, on an original edit. I know I've been only posting like cap cuts recently, but that's, like I said, I've been slammed, I've been busy. So I actually have an audio original edit. It's going to look just like how they used to for the longest time, because I actually used to make my own, but I've just been using templates more recently. But you guys seem to like them, so that's why I just keep posting them, because in my free time, in my 5 minutes that I have, in my 10 minutes that I have, I can just make 3 or 4 and then export them and then post them. So thank you for putting up with my cap cut dump, I guess you could say, but I have a bunch of audios waiting for me, like 10 or so, but I have this one that I will be posting later today. Alright guys, this is the last time I'm going to say this. It's been great talking to you. I'll talk to you guys again on Friday. Bye!